And now here it comes. Yesterday, we showed you patented files that literally detailed what the military was unleashing upon us. And that patent file now led me to what's happening today in the food agricultural system. And also, what else did they say in this that I didn't tell you about yesterday? We're about to dive into that. I told you that they released bioagents in Texas atmosphere and in Albuquerque atmosphere. I'm like stuttering. I'm like, but it's like people just see it and just like, well, so what? It's another day. I mean, that should have massively got out there. But this is what they said about the drone mosquito thing. It says the use for military purpose means with the power of the mosquito to fly unnoticed, it is possible to integrate military technology. As the patent says, with this new technology, insects can now be more important than individual immunizations, either from tanks or laser targeting bombs. So again, they're literally telling you once again these were toxic infected mosquitoes by food supply. And so the next big issue seems to be the push for some issue in the food supply. And so whether they're going to stage this event, whether they're going to actually do it, I don't know at this point. You tell me for what you think. But Chinese interests in US AG assets could pose security risks. And here's what they're trying to say about what China is doing. Because on the backhand, this next level that we're going into is going to be an AI controlled, AI insect controlled, literal weapon system, a genetic weapon system from labs, which they're getting ready to open up a new lab. And now I found that the food agricultural system is actually transporting some of these mosquitoes that we were talking about, literally. And when I say it's going to be an AI flying insect robot military plan, that's because they've already said that stuff. It's not because I'm just making it up. And so here's what they're saying about China right now. It says China's push to achieve self-sufficiency was to incentivize the nation to purchase and even steal agricultural assets in other countries could present risks to the economic and national security of the United States, warns report that U.S.-China Economic Security Review Commission. Report says China could gain further leverage over U.S. supply chains, purchasing agribusiness and land in the United States, reduce the U.S. competitiveness by stealing intellectual property and create bioweapons using DNA from genetically modified American crops. So this bioweapon plan can be used in multiple different layers. And let's just let you see here what the food agricultural system is using. Remember, they track these mosquitoes with the Internet of Things. So these mosquitoes literally in live time are getting data. So here it is, success story, mosquito handling, transport, release, and male trapping methods. So obviously the female is the one that bites you and the male is the one that doesn't do much, right? But going into the report, here's what the food and agricultural systems are doing. It says techniques in the food and agriculture has initiated development of the SIT packaging tool for controlling mosquito vector population. The SIT requires producing several millions of male mosquitoes, sterilizing and transporting them to the release sites after being chilled for an easy process and flow. Next part goes in to say concerning the release of mosquito methods, ground aerial release using drones were developed in remotely piloted aircraft with an embedded mosquito release device developed and evaluated under laboratory and field conditions. So again, we don't know what is going to release at all. We don't know 100% what they did in the lab with it. And again, they're ones that saying, "Oh, genetic warfare is on the edge of the precipice of happening." But they're the ones doing the same exact thing. Nobody was telling you that the food and agricultural system is releasing them. And again, they said immunization, so why would they say that? And here they are kicking off a new laboratory, 750 million, and that's going to be where stationed in New York, where the UN headquarters is at. So obviously the UN headquarters would need to be the position place for where this all happens at. And they spend so much money, it tells me, oh, it says the laboratory will boost preparedness for the future public crisis. Well, when they say that, I just kind of see it as the opposite. I don't know what you see it as, but in my view, I mean, I didn't see nothing but failure after failure after failure this year. So the fact that we're now positioned in this position, the next big move has to be for them to go and either say something happened to the supply chain in a virus way, or for something to actually then happen in that way. And so remember, we're talking drones, bioagents release. We're talking the food supply hit with that. That using as an excuse for whatever they have planned next. And you know what I mean by that. So this is one of the next big moves that they're going to try to pull. They're already showing the predictive programming for it. And I mean, it's just something that they already said would be used. And obviously, that's going to lurk as we get ready for this next potential process of them trying to move down the monetary system and bring down the global supply chain as well. So thanks for tuning in here. We have more information coming. I detail all information about the other bioagent released in the atmosphere just the other day. Highly important video. Now I'll have another video coming to my second channel, probably about that Candar giant thing. We'll get into that. We'll have all information, and I will have services coming pretty soon. I'll tell you about that. Don't forget RL shielding to defend yourself against radio frequency attacks that's all around us with the 5G and 6G. And actually the Internet of Things is what's integrating the birds and everything else and all of the different mosquitoes. They're able to track them in live time and get real data from them. And I don't know, they're transmitting probably smart technology onto us or in us via the bite. I was just saying the other day, well, even if I don't take it, here I am getting it from the freaking mosquito. So thanks for tuning in. This is a live report. We'll have more coming tomorrow.